Hello and welcome to the Natasha Nebula guitar review. This is an all-new electric guitar by Natasha Guitars, and it's a very innovative and high-tech piece of musical equipment. So, as you can probably see, it looks like a standard electric guitar here, but there are many functions, as you can probably tell by the buttons here. Okay, so there are lit buttons. The primary thing about electric guitar is its volume, right? But electric guitars usually have to connect to an amp to make any sort of sound. Now, not here, because we're able to produce the sound through the speaker right here. So, as you can probably tell, I'm not connected wirelessly or wired to any amp. It's just coming straight from the speaker. So my microphone's right here. I'm going to go ahead and bring it closer to the microphone. As you can probably tell, the sound is getting closer. So it doesn't come from any external speaker, but from right here. Now this makes electric guitar playing very easy and very convenient for a lot of players who don't want to plug into an amp or who thinks it's a little, too much of a hassle or it might bother your neighbors. Well, you can just crank the volume low on this and practice in your bedroom like that. This is a very unique thing about the Nebula guitar, that it's able to produce sound without actually connecting to an amp. Now, of course, you can if you want to, and this is the 1/4-inch jack that you can use to connect to an amp, like a usual electric guitar, The good thing about this one is that you don't need to do that. The volume knob's right here. You probably saw me do it. Well, that's a little too much. That's about medium. You can go very light and it's still creating a sound. Okay, so very cool speaker feature of this guitar, right? And so now that controls the sound by itself. Now, there are also different pickup positions, and the pickup positions are just like any usual electric guitar with an HSS setup, so humbucker and 2 single coils. Okay, and so this switches between the different modes like that, right? So this switch here is just like any electric guitar. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and play a few chords. Alright, so now let me show you some of the unique preset features of this guitar. As you probably know from our previous products, such as the MBSG, there's always something unique about the guitar itself, okay? And so in this case, there are also onboard effects and presets, and they're controlled by pressing these 2 buttons. So right now we have the clean preset. If I click this button, it's a little bit distorted. Now that's a different type of distortion. Now we're back to this, okay? But the good thing is that you can actually press both buttons, so this one switches forwards, and this one switches backwards. Okay? So, in that case, you don't have to really cycle around if you want to just switch to a preset really quickly. And by the way, you can custom write your own presets on the app. So that's the presets here. So I'm going to go ahead and just cycle through some of them and show you some sounds through all of the different presets. Alright, so here's clean. Light distortion. Okay, so light distortion on that one. And then it's a little heavier here. might sound better with different, you know, different switches here, so you play around with that yourself. Okay, I personally really like to stick it to the second last one here. Okay, again, this is also a little bit different. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna go back to the clean one real quick, and you can play around with these settings yourself. They're not really complicated, and you can really overwrite them on the app as well. So anyways, now time for, I think, the coolest feature of this guitar, and that is an onboard drum machine and loop. All right, so far what I have set up here, okay, so right now we're on the drum machine mode, and that's indicated by, if you hold it, it turns white, right? And it stops and turns white. So if I double click, I go into loop mode, and then it turns pink, or I guess you can call it purple. Depends on which angle you look at it, but yeah. I'll do it again to show you. White, right? And then it goes to pink or purple, depending on how you look at it. If I am on drum machine mode, I can turn the tempo to whatever I want. So now it's like that speed. If I you can tell it's getting faster, right? Now it's getting slower. Okay, so now once you have saved the tempo that you want, you can double click and then you switch into loop mode. All right, so on loop mode, you're going to get a 4-second countdown, and then you're going to be able to play along. So I'll just show you how this works real quick. 2, 3, 4. And it automatically loops. So when it's looped, all right, you can click this, the power button, to get rid of the drum machine. So if you only want your instrumental, click it again to unmute. Okay. Now you can click this to mute your track. Okay. So this is, if you don't like the last take, you can click this, record again. And now to record again, all you have to do is click the button again, and you wait for the measures to finish. So I'm going to click the button right now. So that goes in, you know. Now I was a little out of time there, so I'm going to go ahead and cut that out real quick. Anyways, so I can cut that. Now you double click hold to delete the track. Okay, and it should go right back to purple, and this deletes everything. Okay, so everything that you've recorded so far. Now I'm going to show you how you can really make your own band. So I'm going to go ahead and loop Stevie Wonder's I Wish, and to show you that there are endless possibilities with this guitar. Alright, so let's start with the bass. See, now the bass is in, right? Alright, so those are some of the new features of the Natasha Nebula. We also kept some old ones from previous products such as the NBSG and the NS3 pickup, such as playing your own recording, right? So I'm going to go ahead and show you that you can do that as well. So all I got to do is connect to Bluetooth. Let's say we're playing Autumn Leaves. Alright, let's do. Alright, so that about does it for our first Natasha Nebula review. And the reason why I say first is because this guitar is capable of handling updates remotely. So these updates are pushed automatically, and when you connect to the app, you usually get a prompt to update. And this will allow you to enjoy new features of this guitar without having to buy any new hardware. So it's a very convenient thing. And so once there are new features and enhanced features, we're going to be showcasing even more. So yeah, this is our first Natasha Nebula review. Thank you very much for joining us, and I'll see you next time.